Viewing the Battle of Armageddon through a Marxist lens reveals striking structural parallels. Both the Book of Revelation and the Communist Manifesto present history not as a static cycle, but as a linear movement heading toward an inevitable, catastrophic rupture that destroys an oppressive global system. When mapped onto historical materialism, Armageddon shifts from a cosmic, supernatural battle to the final, irreconcilable clash of class struggle. Babylon as global capital, the bourgeoisie. In Revelation, Babylon the Great is portrayed as an empire built on luxury, exploitation, global trade, and economic dominance. The analogy: Babylon represents the bourgeoisie, the global ruling elite who control the means of production and enforce economic hegemony. The mark of the beast, the mandate that no one could buy or sell unless they had the mark, mirror the economic coercion of capitalism, where survival depends on participation in the ruling economic order. The saints as the exploded masses. The saints and martyrs in Revelation are those who suffer under the weight of the beastly empire, marginalized and economically excluded for refusing to conform to the dominant system. The analogy: they map onto the proletariat, the exploited working class who bear the material cost of the ruling class's wealth, waiting for liberation from systemic oppression. Armageddon as the revolutionary rupture. Armageddon is traditionally viewed as the gathering of the kings of the earth for a final battle. In a revolutionary framework, this represents the final crisis of capitalism, the moment where class antagonisms reach their absolute boiling point and can no longer be contained. The fall of the system. The collapse of Babylon in Revelation occurs suddenly. This mirrors the Marxist idea that the internal contradictions of capital will cause the system to implode, prompting the revolutionary overthrow of the ruling hierarchy. New Jerusalem as the classless society. Following the destruction of the old order in Revelation, a new heaven and new earth descends, characterized by the absence of death, mourning, pain, and imperial exploitation. Wealth is communal, access to the tree of life is free, and the old power structures are erased. The analogy: this functions as the theological equivalent to the communist horizon, a stateless, classless society where exploitation has ceased and human life is organized around collective well-being rather than profit. The critical divergence. While the structural narrative is nearly identical, the engine of change differs fundamentally. Marxist historical materialism. The revolution is driven from below, through human agency, class consciousness, and material conditions. Apocalyptic theology. The rupture is driven from above through divine intervention, viewing human power alone as incapable of dismantling the principalities of systemic evil.